We're live from Joliet, Illinois, the University of St. Francis, where the Fighting Saints take on the Olivet Nazarene Tigers in CCAC basketball, and we're underway. Olivet takes first possession as they win the tip. The Tigers in purple going from left to right here in the first half. There's a spin in the lane and a travel called against their star junior forward, Jess Learned. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. Olivet runs with 3 guards, Kayla Ross, Amelia Dennison, and Trinity Davis. Jess Learned is joined in the front court by Maggie Schmidt. Tigers put on a full court press. It's going to be an interesting game tonight. They always are when Olivet's involved, as Learned deflects that pass away and out of bounds. St. Francis running with the same 5 starters they usually do. Ivana Markovic and Kamari Jordan are the guards. Paige Gieske and Nicole Davidson play forward, and Caitlin Aylward is the center. This is Kamari Jordan. Jordan backs it up, now passes to her right. Saints playing their slow down, methodical style of offense. Olivet, a frenetic, fast-paced game, and that's putting it lightly. So very contrasting styles today. We'll see how it goes. Shot clock under 5 as Markovic drives, misses the layup. Aylward tips the rebound back to Markovic, and the Saints will reset. St. Francis in pink throughout the month of February, playing on their home floor tonight. Davidson fires inside to Aylward, another missed layup. Saints missed 2 from short range, and now Olivet gets a chance to score first. Kamari Jordan pokes the ball away from Trinity Davis, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Olivet, 24 on the shot clock. And the Tigers will shoot in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock every possession if they're able to. Inbounded to Kayla Ross. Ross at the top, backs it up. Shot clock under 20 here. Saints have stood strong on defense so far. It's Davis. Swung around to the left side, Kayla Ross, guarded by Markovic. Shot clock down to 8, bounce down low. This is Maggie Schmidt. Schmidt, turnaround on Aylward, no. Rebound to Caitlin Aylward. A minute and a half into the action, no score yet. Olivet Nazarene scores more than 100 points per game. Aylward, wide open three-pointer, drains it. St. Francis strikes first as Paige Gieske picks up the assist. And the sophomore forward, Caitlin Aylward, has the first points. Ross fires it up top. This is Jess Learned working on Paige Gieske. Step back 3, back iron. Long rebound, tipped around. Diving on the floor, that's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Kayla Ross, St. Francis ball. It's only been 2 minutes, but again, Olivet scores 101 points per game. So the fact that St. Francis has not allowed anything yet shows what a strong start they're off to defensively. St. Francis has the #1 defense in the CCAC. This is Caitlin Aylward flying it out to Paige Gieske. Gieske down low along the baseline. It's Nicole Davidson. Davidson fires into the corner. Gieske, shot clock at 10. Gieske drives the baseline, finds Aylward. Backing in, into the paint. Aylward kicks it out to an open shooter. That's Jordan for 3, off the mark and rebounded by Jess Learned. Olivet takes over, looking for their first points. Kayla Ross has the ball poked out of her hands, but right to the waiting paws of Trinity Davis. And Davis knocks down the 3 to tie the score at 3. Slow start to this game offensively. Olivet trying to turn that around by looking to force a quick turnover. They've got the press on, but Kamari Jordan dribbles across the timeline, bounces low to Davidson, and Nicole Davidson is bumped. She'll go to the free throw line. Olivet still has their 5 starters on the floor, but don't expect that to persist for too long. They've got only 10 players active today, which is certainly going to be a difference in their game plan, but this is a team that typically makes hockey-style substitutions, 5-for-5 line changes. Davidson hits on the first of 2 free throws, and they make those changes frequently. So don't get used to these 5 players in the game. You'll probably see plenty of switches before this is all said and done, despite the fact that, again, they're playing with just 10 active today. 1 of 2 for Davidson. Saints lead by 1. This is Trinity Davis. Up top, 3-point attempt from Dennison is blocked by Aylward. Loose ball picked off the floor by Kamari Jordan. Here comes Nicole Davidson racing down the floor into the corner for Aylward. She drives around Dennison and frees herself up for a wide open layup. Aylward knocked down the 3 a couple of possessions ago, so Dennison had to respect the shooting. Stepped out on Aylward, who blew right by her. An easy 2 for Aylward, who's got 5 of the Saints' first 6. Ross goes to the right, and Jess Learned. Olivet has made just 1 field goal so far. This is Ross on the drive. Getting down low, flips one up, underhanded, no good. Rebound to Aylward. She's had an excellent first quarter. Here's Gieske. To the left of Markovic. Looking for an open Nicole Davidson down low, but Trinity Davis jumped into the passing lane. Nice job closing that one up by Trinity Davis and knocking it out of bounds off the fingertips of Nicole Davidson. It's Olivet Nazarene basketball. And they make their first substitution of the game as Olivia Schmidt enters. It's just a 1-person substitution. Dennison on the bench. Ross nearly lost the ball but hung on to it. Out to Davis for 3, way off. Rebound tapped out to Kamari Jordan. Out ahead of the pack, it's Paige Gieske, an easy layup. Good vision by Kamari Jordan, finding Gieske down the floor for the assist. 5-point lead for St. Francis. Driving Trinity Davis, pulls up in the lane and passes back outside. This is Learned. Learned tries the 3. Can't get the bounce, and another rebound for Caitlin Aylward. Aylward ahead to Ivana Markovic. Kamari Jordan back at the midcourt stripe, passes down into the corner. Aylward will try another 3. She's got it. 2 3-pointers in the game for Caitlin Aylward. Not typically a good outside shooter. Aylward only at 27% from beyond the arc this year, but she's got 8 points so far today, and the Saints lead by 8. At the foul line, this is Maggie Schmidt backing down on Aylward, blocked by Aylward, who pulls the ball down. And Schmidt's still on the floor. It's 5-on-4. This is Gieske. Back to Aylward. The Saints will slow it down, and the Tigers get back on D. Here's Jordan for 3. It's good. Kamari Jordan hits the 3, 14-3. St. Francis has the lead. Timeout called by Olivet. Just a 30-second timeout called by Lauren Stamatis, the head coach of the Tigers. Things not off to the start that Olivet hoping for. Again, I want to keep hitting this point over and over, but 101 points per game. They're stuck at 3 after 5.5 minutes, and this is something you do not see every day from Olivet Nazarene. Their game plan has been cut down a little bit based on the personnel available. Just 10 players are in uniform tonight for Olivet Nazarene, and this is a team that will play 15 a game. Most teams only play about 10, so depending on who it is that's inactive, having only 10 players available is not necessarily a huge problem for the style of the game. But for Olivet, you're talking about a team that plays 15 per game regularly. So their entire game plan is kind of shot to pieces when they're not able to make those 5-for-5 substitutions continuously the way they normally like to. Olivet working the ball outside. 3-ball misses from Amelia Dennison. Offensive rebound. Stepping back for 3, Olivia Schmidt. No. And Nicole Davidson has the rebound. Doesn't help matters that the Tigers are just 1 of 10 from the field in the early going. Kamari Jordan out to Ivana Markovic. Down low, this is Davidson. Nicole Davidson bounces once and flips it out to Kamari Jordan. Shot clock at 12 for Ivana Markovic. Down low, it's Aylward. Aylward goes up on Ashley Ford and draws the foul. First foul on Ford, second on the team. Kaylin Aylward's going to the free throw line. Good shooter from there, 73% down the year. First shot from Caitlin Aylward rims in. 9 first quarter points for her. Saints right now are playing Olivet's pace a lot better than the Tigers are. Second free throw in and out. Fighting Saints average just 67 points per game, well above that pace right now. Here's Kayla Ross, kicking it out to Jess Learned. Wide open 3 from the top, too strong. Offensive rebound though. Here's Learned once again, splitting the defense on the runner, it's good. Tigers cut the deficit to 10. Down the court, Caitlin Aylward going up over Kayla Ross. Another layup for Caitlin Aylward. She's in double figures, so we're not yet 7 minutes in. Here's Dennison. Dennison bouncing down low, and it's poked away by Caitlin Aylward. Down the floor, this is Gieske. Inside, Davidson. Nicole Davidson to the cutting Paige Gieske. The ball knocked down the floor, and we've got a tie-up. Possession arrow faces St. Francis. Trinity Davis, Maggie Schmidt back into the game for Olivet, along with a new player, Capriana Christian. Saints make their first substitution as Andriana Acosta comes in for Nicole Davidson. Big lead for the Fighting Saints in the first quarter. Aylward backing down on Ross. Wild shot, misses. And a reach around called against Andriana Acosta. Just into the game, she picks up St. Francis's first foul of the night. Tigers basketball. It's Amelia Dennison passing off to Christian. Bounce down low. Schmidt outside Ross for three. Well off the mark. Didn't even get rim on that one. Olivet not a great three-point shooting team by percentage, but they sure take a lot of them. 1,057 three-point attempts on the season coming in. In the corner, this is Paige Gieske. Now to Markovic, 8 on the shot clock. Gieske for three. Off the mark, rebound tapped out to Paige Gieske. Give you an idea of how many three-pointers Olivet takes. St. Francis had 472 of them coming in. So 1,057 is a pretty good number. It's about 40 per game. Acosta backing down, up off the glass and in. First two of the game for Andriana Acosta. Saints lead by a game-high 14. Three-pointer Trinity Davis, perfect. She's got 6 of her team's 8, the only one to hit a three-pointer today. But again, they shoot about 40 of them per game, but they only shoot them at 31%. Gieske passes out of the double team. Acosta all alone underneath. Another layup for her. 21-8 St. Francis. Still the first quarter here, just over a minute to play. Davis down low to Maggie Schmidt. Schmidt has good positioning on Aylward, and an easy layup for Maggie Schmidt. She picks up her first 2 points. Schmidt came in averaging 18 per contest. 18.7 actually, so a little closer to 19. Markovic over to Aylward. Kamari Jordan will try the three. Not this time. Offensive rebound, Aylward puts it back up, misses. Another offensive rebound. It's Acosta on the second chance. Andriana Acosta in just 2 minutes off the bench has 6 points already. She and Aylward have combined for 17 of St. Francis's 23. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Kayla Ross bounces it down low. Aylward tries to knock it away. Ball loose on the floor. Picking it up, Maggie Schmidt called for the travel. She finally grabbed the ball. It was just a fight for it on the floor. Schmidt was certainly allowed to do that, but once she gained possession of it, she rolled over one more time, and that was a travel. So now with 24 seconds left in the quarter, Leah Sims comes in for St. Francis. Paige Gieske takes the seat. Olivet calls on Lauren Rouse. I think we've seen all of the Tigers who are available now. Sims backs it up to the midcourt circle. Shot clock is off. This is Markovic, back to Sims. Leah Sims drives, kicks. Markovic, corner three. Good at the end of the first quarter. And St. Francis dominant for the first 10 minutes over Olivet Nazarene. With 3 quarters to play, it's the Saints 26 and the Tigers 10. Back in a moment with quarter number 2. One quarter in the books, and it could not have gone any better for St. Francis. 59% from the field. They are leading 26-10. Olivet has made just 27% of their shots, including 2 of 10 from the outside. St. Francis also out-rebounding Olivet, 13-7. How about this first quarter for Caitlin Aylward? 11 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. She also played some pretty good defense in there for St. Francis with 2 blocks. Not officially credited with any steals, but she got her hand on a couple of balls that were stolen by teammates, initially jarred loose by Aylward. So she was the star of the first quarter, and she's out there to start the second period with Kamari Jordan, Andriana Acosta, Leah Sims, and Ivana Markovic. But round one of the second quarter goes to Olivet as Kayla Ross drives to the hoop and gets the layup. Nice drive by the sophomore Ross. Markovic driving with the left hand, backs up, lobs it off for Sims. We've got a whistle and a foul on Olivet. That will go against Olivia Schmidt, sophomore guard out of Davenport, Iowa. It's her first and the team's first. Sims dribbles at the top. Passes to the left. This is Markovic. Down in the corner, Acosta. Acosta steps in, kicks it out to Markovic. Markovic posting up, travel. St. Francis turns it over. Haven't had a lot of those early on in the game. That's only their second. For as wild a style of basketball as Olivet plays, they've only got 3. This is a team that forces a lot of turnovers. Close to 30 per game, actually slightly over 30 turnovers forced per game. They commit a fair amount too, about 20 per game, which is obviously a lot better than 30, but still a very high number. 3-pointer from Schmidt is an air ball, and it's out of bounds. St. Francis takes over. Now this Olivet team that we're seeing tonight is not the typical Olivet team because they have so many players out. All of their stars are still in there. Their leading scorers, their regular starters, mostly in action. As Caitlin Aylward takes the 3 off this time, her first miss from the outside today. Rebound to Olivet. So it's not the matter of not having the right personnel, it's just not having enough players to play their style of basketball. Jess Learned crosses over to the left, stripped by Jordan and taken away. Mari Jordan at the top, walks to the left, fires inside to Acosta. Acosta goes up with it and scores again. 8 points for Andriana Acosta today. She's already above her average of 6 per contest. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Ross throws it off to Learned. Around to Trinity Davis in the left corner. Davis loses the handle. The ball is loose on the floor. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Fighting Saints. 11 on the shot clock. Learned lobs it in for Maggie Schmidt, who catches it on the outside. 3-point attempt from Learned, banked in. Not sure that's what she was going for. But they'll take whatever points they can get right now. Olivet really struggling on the offensive end. They cut the St. Francis lead to 13. Ivana Markovic passes it off to Leah Sims. Down into the corner, it's Ivana Markovic. 10 to shoot. Markovic trapped. She's in some trouble. Bounces once, throws it off to Aylward. 5 on the shot clock. Kamari Jordan somehow all alone for 3. Perfect. Throughout all the chaos on that possession, somehow the Saints found the ball in the hands of their best shooter with no defenders anywhere near. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Maggie Schmidt passes out to Trinity Davis. She's had a strong start, but she loses the ball this time. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Fighting Saints. A couple of subs for the Saints. Davidson and Gieske are back in. Sims and Aylward sit down. Kayla Ross, the trigger man on this inbounds play. Bounce passing to Christian, who's fouled going up. Capriana Christian will head to the free throw line. Second foul on Acosta. It's the first on the team. And Christian, who's a 66% foul shooter, gets the first. Meanwhile, Caitlin Aylward, who is on the bench for all of about 10 seconds, is back in the game, replacing Acosta, who picked up her second foul. Free throw misses, and the rebound secured by Nicole Davidson. So 1 of 2 from the line for Christian. That's been commonplace for both teams. Every trip to the line tonight has resulted in 1 out of 2. Gieske throws it away. Jordan saves it, but to the other team. Miscommunication there led to the throwaway. Nice effort by Jordan to keep it in bounds, but couldn't find a teammate. Here's Maggie Schmidt traveling. Took a hard step trying to get around Caitlin Aylward in the post, and a timeout is called by Steve Brooks. Sometimes you just have to slow the game down against Olivet Nazarene. 6:26 to play in the second quarter. St. Francis holds the 31-16 lead. And a very strong start today for the Fighting Saints. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but really just trying to give an idea of exactly how Olivet Nazarene plays basketball. The 13th ranked team in the country entered play today with a 19-8 overall record, 16-2 in conference. And for as long as I can remember anyway, they've played this wild style of basketball where they fly down the floor, they jack up as many three-pointers as possible. They play a high-pressure defense, full-court press. They try to force as many turnovers as they can, and they look to run up the score, and it works for them. It works for their opponents, too. Just at the pace that they play, it creates extra opportunities for the other team as well. So they allow 89 points per game, which is a huge number, but they score 101 points per game. Again, the turnovers I mentioned, they force 30 a game. They allow 20 per game. They commit 20 a game, I should say. They've taken, just to give you an idea of the pace of play, they've taken 2,297 shots this year coming into tonight. That is over 800 more than St. Francis in just one more game. It's just an incredible style of basketball. Typically, when they have their full roster present, they make substitutions every minute or two, going 5 for 5 each time as Nicole Davidson gets an open layup off the pass from Paige Gieske. And the Saints are back on the board. That's one of the byproducts of the style of play that Olivet operates under. They're going to put that much pressure on you defensively. It tends to free up some shooters down low. There's a 3 ball from Dennison that falls. And Olivet is back within 14. Under 6 minutes to play in the second period. This is Caitlin Aylward passing up top to Ivana Markovic. Back to Caitlin, down in the corner. Kamari Jordan for 3, no good. The rebound goes out to Capriana Christian, and a loose ball foul is called against St. Francis. It's Nicole Davidson's first foul, the team's second. Team's first foul of the game committed by anybody other than Acosta. Jess Learned. Off to the right side. Backing in, it's Kayla Ross. Ross gets it low to Maggie Schmidt. Schmidt bounces once, out to Christian for 3. Comes up short, rebound tipped. It's still loose. And diving on the floor to pick it up for Olivet is Maggie Schmidt, who forces the held ball. The possession arrow facing St. Francis. But a nice play by Maggie Schmidt after it looked like the Fighting Saints were going to be able to get that ball on their own. So now the possession flips. The next 50-50 ball will go Olivet's way. Kamari Jordan down low. Nicole Davidson lays it in. Very unselfish basketball for St. Francis. This is the way you've got to play it. When a team is going to leave somebody open, patient, good vision, you find the right guy, you're going to get more baskets than not. As a 3-pointer falls for Jess Learned. Olivet's starting to hit them from the outside. And we've got a 13-point game. Here's Jordan, passing off to Caitlin Aylward. Back up top, Jordan. Kamari Jordan drives, throws it up off the glass, no good. Kayla Ross comes in for the rebound. Ross working quickly down the floor. She passes it up top to Jess Learned. One dribble and a 3 is good. They've hit 3 consecutive outside shots. And Olivet can get back into a game quickly. You never feel comfortable with a big lead against these guys. Suddenly it's down to 10. Davidson out to Aylward, who has not scored yet in the second quarter after 11 points in the first. This is Jordan. Jordan drives, bounces down low to Aylward, who lays it in. Give her 13 for the game. 37-25. Capriana Christian drives, stripped, but a foul called on Markovic. First foul on Ivana Markovic. It's the team's third. Allie Hernandez comes in for Kamari Jordan. Hernandez, the sophomore guard, getting her first exposure in today's game. Kayla Ross bounces it into Ford. Ford misses going up with it. And Markovic comes away with the rebound. Lobbed across court to Paige Gieske. Gieske in some trouble. She's lost her dribble, and she finally finds Aylward. Down to Davidson in the corner. Davidson across court looking for Allie Hernandez, and if Hernandez had been about 3 inches taller, perhaps she would have made that catch. But as it is, over her head and out of bounds, it's a turnover. But again, a surprisingly few number of turnovers in this game. That's just the 9th total. Olivet games average 50. Backing down Learned, turns around, throws it up and in. Jess Learned starting to take over this game for Olivet offensively. She's played extremely well over the last couple of minutes and now has 13 points for the game. Trinity Davis jumps the passing lane and knocks that one out of bounds. It'll stay with the Saints. Kamari Jordan checks back in. And Ivana Markovic will head to the bench for the first time. Capriana Christian is in for Olivet. Jess Learned gets a breather, as does Ford, with Maggie Schmidt coming back in. Allie Hernandez holds it on the outside, passing to the right. This is Kamari Jordan. Free throw line, turnaround jumper, good for Caitlin Aylward. 15 points for the sophomore forward Aylward. She averages 16.5 per contest. Ross on the drive, pulls up, passes out. This is Olivia Schmidt hitting the three. When Olivet starts connecting on a few of their shots, they can erase a deficit in a hurry. St. Francis's lead, which has been double digits for most of the game, is down to 9. It was at one point as high as 17. Mari Jordan going up against the zone defense. Flies it over to Hernandez, now down to Davidson. Right back to Allie Hernandez. 6 to shoot. Gieske open 3, air ball. Rebound, Olivet. Here's Trinity Davis. Davis splitting the defense, floats it towards the hoop, short. Offensive rebound, Maggie Schmidt out to Olivia Schmidt. Schmidt works her way inside and draws the contact and a foul. Kaylin Aylward called for her first foul. 4th on the team. Minute 43 to play in the first half. Olivet in the bonus. 2 free throws here for Olivia Schmidt, who hits the first. Olivia Schmidt is an 80% foul shooter in limited opportunities. She's now 9 of 11 after that one. There's a 10 of 12 on the season. 39-32, the Tigers have worked their way back into this game, down by only 7 points. Kamari Jordan drives, bounces down low. Davidson, and that's just what the doctor ordered. Kamari Jordan picks up another assist, and the Saints lead is 9. Flying quickly down the way, it's Kayla Ross missing on the runner. A little bit too strong off the glass. Saints slow it down on offense. Jordan to Davidson, outside Allie Hernandez, has a 3. It's short, and the rebound goes to Maggie Schmidt. Coming quickly, it's Kayla Ross laying it up and drawing the foul. Back to the free throw line go the Tigers. well-conditioned team. This is another thing they can do, start to wear you down a little bit. Saints have looked a little bit tired on defense over the last couple of possessions, and with 66 seconds to play before halftime, sure they're looking forward to getting a little break as Ross hits on the first free throw. 41-33. Kayla Ross has 3 points for the game, and Ivana Markovic comes back in for the Saints for Ali Hernandez. Banked in, 41-34. It would have been a lane violation if it hadn't gone in. She would have gotten another opportunity, but off the glass and in. 41-34, under a minute to play in the half. Jordan picks it up, passes out to Caitlin Aylward. Over to Jordan. Amari Jordan backs up, bounces low. Davidson, baseline jumper is good. Nicole Davidson set a career high the last time these two teams faced with 32 points. Today she's got 9 as the shot misses, but the ball is saved out to Maggie Schmidt. 1 second difference between the shot and game clock right now, but Olivet doesn't ever use the whole shot clock. Capriana Christian has the ball knocked away from behind. Picked up by Jordan, ahead to Gieske, and it's a good layup. 8 assists for Kamari Jordan. Gieske's got 4 points. 27 points, by the way, for Davidson last time these two teams met. Not 32, but it was a career high. Ross on the runner, gets it to go just before the buzzer, and a solid end of the half for Olivet Nazarene as they're able to cut the deficit back to single digits. St. Francis has led pretty much the entire way. They were up by as many as 17, but a strong run late in the half for Olivet cut the deficit down to 45-36. It's a 9-point game with 20 minutes still to play. 15 minutes from now, I'll be back for the second half of action. Right now, I'm going to step aside. St. Francis leads at halftime, 45-36. Second half commencing here at St. Francis. Terry Bonadonna back with you on the call as the Fighting Saints lead the Olivet Nazarene Tigers by a 45-36 counts. Olivet ball to start the third, and it's tossed into Kayla Ross, who immediately flies to the hoop and throws the ball away. There's the 7th turnover of the game committed by Olivet. A point I talked about a lot in the first half. This is a team that forces 31 turnovers per game over the course of the season. They have forced St. Francis to turn it over just 4 times in the first half of today's game. Caitlin Aylward's the leading scorer in the game with 15 points, but she loses the ball on her first touch here in the second half. Off to Kayla Ross. Ross ahead for the layup. It's good. St. Francis has not trailed in the game. They've led by as many as 17, but Olivet got hot shooting late in the second quarter to tighten this thing up. They were just 2 of 10 on three-pointers in the first quarter, 5 of 8 in the second. It's a team that shoots 43-point shots per game. Paige Gieske misses, but an offensive rebound. Caitlin Aylward back up, no. And she gets her own rebound and pulls it out. Here's Gieske along the baseline. Gieske reverse layup, no. Another offensive board. It's Nicole Davidson throwing it up to Kamari Jordan. Jordan, 9 assists in the first half. The school record for a game is 14, so she is right there in striking range. There's a pass from Gieske. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Olivet, but it's in the backcourt right now, and there's only 4 on the shot clock. So St. Francis in a tough spot here. We'll see what they're able to do with it. Inbounded to Kamari Jordan. Jordan with 2 to shoot. Pull up three-pointer. No, a little bit short. Rebounded by Trinity Davis. Here come the Tigers. Three-pointer Dennison. In and out. And a loose ball foul called on Maggie Schmidt. On Schmidt, that is foul number 1. It's the first foul on the team. A few stats from the first half. Saints out-rebounded the Tigers 18-14. They shot 61% from the field compared to Olivet's 41%, hence the 9-point halftime lead. But St. Francis still looking for their first bucket of the second half, and that drought continues as Davidson misses on the layup, contested layup. And Ivana Markovic battling for the rebound, knocks it out of bounds. So after hitting 61% of their shots in the first half, St. Francis has started out this third quarter by missing on their first 5. Here's Dennison around to the right side. Dennison drives, blocked by Aylward, and picked up by Nicole Davidson. Davidson throws it on ahead to Ivana Markovic. Here's Jordan to Aylward. Back to Kamari Jordan. Working against a zone defense. Jordan starts to drive, loses the ball, gets it back, and draws a foul on the floor. Again, Kamari Jordan has 9 assists, 6 points. So well on pace for a double-double here, but just 5 assists away as well from tying St. Francis' single-game assist record set 31 years ago. This time she's looking for points, though. All alone in the corner, misses on the 3, and the rebound goes to Trinity Davis. Great look, just couldn't get it to go. Three-pointer Davis comes up short. Rebound tapped out to Caitlin Aylward. Slow going offensively to start this third quarter. Just 2 points combined have been scored. They belong to Olivet. There's Nicole Davidson, blocked underneath by Trinity Davis, but foul. Nice find from Ivana Markovic there. And Davidson will go to the free throw line, where she's made 1 of 2 shots so far today. The Saints as a team are 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Davidson's got 9 points. Davidson's got 9, Acosta's got 8, and Aylward leads everybody with 15. Acosta's 8 points came in just 6 minutes in the first half as Nicole Davidson moves into double figures with her first free throw. Second shot is good. 9-point lead, St. Francis, 11 points for Nicole Davidson. Kayla Ross throws it up to Maggie Schmidt. Swung around to the right side. At the free throw line, this is Jess Learned. Learned back out. 3-point attempt is good from Olivia Schmidt. Tough to defend. Olivet had a lot of open looks in the first half. Didn't hit them at the percentage that they'd like to, but they're coming around. Down by just 6. Markovic throws across to Gieske. Paige Gieske over to Ivana Markovic. Open look for 3. No. Rebound to Kayla Ross. Saints really struggling from the field to start this third quarter. Drive from Kayla Ross. Blocked, but a foul called. Foul is on Ivana Markovic. That's her second. It's the team's first. And it sends Kayla Ross to the free throw line for 2 shots. Ross's first free throw attempt is good. Olivet is within 5. This is as close as they've been since the score was 8-3 back in the first quarter. Ashley Ford heads to the scorer's table, checks in for Maggie Schmidt. A little bit late to go to the scorer's table, but she's into the game. Ross hits them both. It is a 4-point game. Olivet Nazarene, maybe the toughest team in the nation to put away. The Saints have got to get back to it offensively. It's Ivana Markovic. Kamari Jordan on the wing. Steps back and passes to her right, Paige Gieske. Gieske down low to Acosta. Acosta's shot is blocked. Picked up by Caitlin Edward, and she scores underneath. Edward right where she needed to be to pick up that loose ball. She's got 17. And there's a reach around foul called on Aylward, her second. Second on the team. Olivet tries to make a comeback here. Keep in mind, they lead the nation in scoring with 101 points per game, 11 points more than second place in the nation. And beyond that, they have scored 90 points or more in 20 of their 27 games this year. 3-pointer for Trinity Davis. Off to the left, and the rebound will go out of bounds. Saints ball. St. Francis is the #1 defense in the CCAC. They're only allowing 59.5 points per game. In conference play, that number goes down to 56.7. They've only allowed 70 points. I should say they have not allowed 70 points in any game in almost 2 months as Kamari Jordan works her way to the rim but can't finish on the layup. 6-point lead for St. Francis. Olivet ball. Trinity Davis drives, blocked from behind by Aylward, and knocked out of bounds. Olivet basketball. Underneath the St. Francis hoop, 22 on the shot clock. They could get within 1 possession here. This is Jess Learned, 13 points to lead Olivet tonight. Inside Maggie Schmidt, backing down and a walk. Traveling violation against the Olivet Nazarene forward. And the Saints force a big turnover. Here's Kamari Jordan passing off to Ivana Markovic. Swung around to the left side. This is Caitlin Aylward. Back to Jordan. Kamari Jordan drives all alone. Layup is good. Nice work by Kamari Jordan. Freeing herself to the hoop for the layup. She's got 8 points. Now Maggie Schmidt underneath. Scores over the outstretched arm of Andriana Acosta. It is a 6-point game. 51-45. Just about 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Aylward, left wing to Jordan. Ivana Markovic on the right wing, passes off to Paige Gieske. Left side, Caitlin Aylward. Aylward across to Markovic, 5 on the shot clock. Jordan inside, finds Aylward, goes up with it and scores. Caitlin Aylward's got 19. Jordan into double figures in assists. This is Kayla Ross walking it off to the right side. She tries to bounce it down low for Jess Learned, but that pass is kicked by Ivana Markovic. It'll stay with Olivet. Capriana Christian is the inbounder, and she gets it into Kayla Ross. Ross drives to the left side on Markovic and passes back out to Dennison. Dennison's pass nearly picked off by Gieske, and after Gieske deflected it, Caitlin Aylward was there for the steal. Jordan bounces it down low to Gieske, who lays it in. Kamari Jordan is seeing the floor so well tonight, finding her teammates, getting them open shots all along, but Olivet staying in it with the long ball. Olivia Schmidt hits another three. And the Tigers are still in it, down by just 7. Olivia Schmidt having a really nice night, shooting the 3-ball, 34% shooter on the year. She averages only 4 points per game, but she's got 11 tonight. Jordan inside Acosta, nice fake. Acosta back up, no. Battling for the rebound, she gets it, back up with it, and draws the foul. She actually called for the travel, excuse me. So it's a turnover. The Saints were unable to capitalize off a nice feed from Jordan to Acosta. And it is Tiger basketball. This is Learned. Over to Christian, left wing. Capriana Christian drives on Adriana Acosta and draws the foul. That's the third on Acosta. And it sends Capriana Christian to the free throw line, where she can tighten this game a little bit further. 55-48, 2:52 to play in the third quarter. Christian misses on the first free throw. Trinity Davis is back in. Amelia Dennison hits the bench. Second free throw is good, 1 of 2. 2-possession game. St. Francis basketball. Kamari Jordan playing the point here. Off to Aylward on the right wing. Back up top, Jordan. To the left side, down into the corner, Gieske. Gieske bounces it to Jordan. Kamari Jordan finds Acosta on the baseline. Back out to Jordan. Jordan throws it away. Looking for Markovic. She fired it right into the hands of Trinity Davis. And now she's called for the bump. A little overzealous on defense after throwing the ball away. Clearly a frustration foul there committed by Kamari Jordan, and it's Olivet basketball. Kayla Ross, nice move inside. She throws it off to Schmidt, but the pass is deflected out to Davis. Now an open three for Jess Learned, no good. Rebound bounces right back to her. Second chance, no. Rebound to Caitlin Aylward. You see that a lot where players miss a shot, get their own rebound, and go right back up with it, but usually it's underneath the hoop. You don't often see it from three-point range. She missed a three. The rebound went right back to her, and she threw it right back up. 0 for 2 on the possession, though. Aylward backing down on Davis, spins and draws the foul. Foul called on Trinity Davis, her second. Caitlin Aylward at the line for 2. Misses on the first. Free throw shooting has not been the Saints' forte today. They are just 4 of 7 from the line. Leah Sims comes on for Paige Gieske. Giving the freshman forward a little bit of a rest. Aylward knocks down the second. She's got 20 points for the game now. Davis in the corner. Trinity Davis bounces low to Jess Learned. Learned fires down low but misses her target. Trying to find Maggie Schmidt. It's intercepted. Markovic over to Leah Sims. Sims dribbles to her right. Spins into the lane and passes out to Kamari Jordan. 3-ball, good, Kamari Jordan. Jordan's got 11, and she's got a double-double. Learned walks into a three-pointer. Comes up short. Aylward has the rebound. Caitlin Aylward right there with Kamari Jordan. She's got a double-double, points and rebounds. Jordan's is points and assists. Sims bounces over to Markovic. 9 on the shot clock. Leah Sims drives around Ross, throws it up off the backboard but misses. And Jess Learned stepped on the line as she tried to rebound that ball. She thought she was fouled, but if indeed she was pushed, it was after she had already stepped on the line. Markovic inbounding from underneath here. 5 seconds differentiate the shot and game clocks. We'll see how much the Saints elect to run down here before taking the shot. Well, it won't be any because the inbounds pass is intercepted. Kayla Ross skying for that one. Ross goes in on Jordan and lays it in. The lead is still 8 for St. Francis, and the shot clock is off as Leah Sims walks it across midcourt with 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. Sims backs up. She'll let a few more seconds run down. Now at 8, she starts to make her move inside the perimeter. Leah Sims bounces down low. That's Kamari Jordan getting blocked. She gets it back, goes up, and draws the foul. That one looked like it was going to go and give her a shot at a three-point play, but the shot rims out. She'll have 2 free throws. Foul is on Ashley Ford. It's her second. Team's 5th. It puts St. Francis in the bonus, but with 2.1 seconds left in the quarter, I don't know if they're going to utilize that very much. First free throw is perfect. Saints lead by 9. It's been their slowest offensive quarter of the game. But anytime you can put up 15 or 16 points and call it slow, you've had a pretty good night offensively. Aylward misses on the second free throw. Ross throws it up from three-quarter length and misses the desperation shot to end the third quarter. We've played 3 full here at St. Francis tonight. 1 quarter still to play. It's St. Francis 60. Olivet 51, 10 minutes left, and you're not going to want to miss them. They are sure to be action-packed. So stick with us. I'll be back in a minute. Fourth quarter just about set to begin. St. Francis leads Olivet 60-51. Big game tonight. This could very well be a prelude to what we see next week. The same 2 teams are due to match up a week from tomorrow. In the second round of the conference tournament, they have clinched the 2 and 3 seeds in the conference. So if both of their first round games are wins, they will play each other in round 2. And the winner of this game will likely be hosting, because entering play today, Olivet 16-2, St. Francis 15-3 in conference. So a lot on the line here. The 2 seed in the conference up for grabs. Potentially, it depends on what happens on Saturday as well. And there's no guarantee of a rematch because both of these teams do still need to win their round 1 game on Tuesday, but it's very possible that the 2 of them will be matching up again just 8 days from now. Saints trying to get the win today and even up the season series at 1-1. Ivana Markovic misses on the 3, but Adriana Acosta chases down the rebound. 2 Saints already have double-doubles. Kamari Jordan, 11 points, 11 assists. Caitlin Aylward's got 21 points and 11 rebounds. Nicole Davidson's got a chance at a double-double as well. She's 4 rebounds away. Aylward misses on the 3. Another offensive board, Adriana Acosta. This is Ivana Markovic. More than a minute gone in the quarter, and the Saints have had the ball the entire time. Kamari Jordan starts to drive, backs out, now backs in, out to Aylward, jumper, off the mark. Kamari Jordan angling for a few extra assists, but a couple of open shots have not gone down for teammates. Here's Jess Learned. Learned, one dribble, throws it up and misses. Rebound to Markovic. Ivana Markovic flying down the floor, one-on-one with Kayla Ross. And we've got a foul called on Olivet. Let's see when they call this one. I think it's on the shot. It is a shooting foul. First free throw for Markovic, misses. Saints continue to struggle on free throws. Now 6 of 11 from the line tonight. Second shot is good. Double-digit lead once again. The Saints have not trailed. They've led by as many as 17. Dennison dribbles once and throws it away. Intercepted by Markovic. Ivana Markovic off to the left, slows it down. Now along the baseline, she pulls it back out to Kamari Jordan. Markovic with 14 to shoot. Cross court to Jordan. Jordan to Sims. Back to Ivana Markovic. She steps into a three-pointer and rattles it home. Ivana Markovic's got 7 points. St. Francis off to a 4-0 start to the fourth quarter. They lead by 13. Turnaround for Learned is nice. 64-53. Learned's got 15. Snaps that quick 5-0 spurt that the Saints have been on. Markovic on the drive, flips it out to Aylward. She'll try the three and hit it. Caitlin Aylward up to 24 points, and the lead is 14. Kayla Ross throws it to her right. This is Jess Learned. Learned fakes to the right, dribbles off to the left side, and bounces for Maggie Schmidt. It's taken away from her by Caitlin Aylward. Saints trying to ice this thing away. Still a long time to play in this game. But in good shape right now, up by 14. This is Markovic down in the corner. She dribbles around, throws it off for Acosta. Acosta fakes, drives, blocked. Blocked by Maggie Schmidt. Here come the Tigers. Learned, long three-pointer, it's good. Jess Learned trying to keep her team alive, and she's cut the deficit to 11. Olivet calls a full timeout. Looking once again at the conference standings where we stand right now. St. Xavier 18-0, Olivet in second place 16-2. St. Xavier cannot be caught. Even if they lose their last two games and Olivet wins their last two, the Cougars have the tiebreaker there. So St. Xavier's wrapped up the number 1 seed. Olivet and St. Francis battling for the number 2 seed. If the Saints win today, it'll be tied. Both teams at 16-3. Olivet did beat St. Francis back in December on their home floor, 94-84. This is a different St. Francis team now, though. You can tell just by the score, 67-56. They're playing their basketball today. They have not allowed more than 64 points in any of their last 10 games. They haven't allowed 70 points in a game since December 30th. That was a win against Indiana East, 78-73, number 12 in the country at the time. This is a team that is really establishing themselves as a dominant defensive team. And it's showing today as Olivet Nazarene has been held to 56 to this point. Olivet's season low in points scored is 73. That was their most recent game, and obviously they're struggling to deal with all the absences of players, only 10 players active today. Nice to see them all ready to go again next Thursday if these two teams do play each other again, just because that's always a fun style of game when Olivet's going full force. 6 minutes to play. St. Francis by 11 with the ball. Kamari Jordan sitting on 11 assists. She was at 9 at halftime. Team record for a single game is 14. Leah Sims misses on the 3. And on the battle for the rebound, a foul is called on Caitlin Aylward. That's her 3rd. First foul on the team, so nothing to worry about in that regard. Olivet basketball. Kayla Ross over to Trinity Davis. Davis bounces it to Learned. Jess Learned, 18 points, keeping the team alive with a couple of big plays here in the 4th quarter. She drives and draws the foul. Gieske called for a foul. Steve Brooks not happy with it. First foul called against Gieske. Leonard was able to leap into her and get the call. Gieske knocks this ball away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers. 5:33 to go in the game. Fresh 30 on the shot clock still. It's not a fresh 30. It's kind of a stale 30 at this point because about a half second probably went down during that tip out of bounds on the inbounds play. Into Schmidt. Turn around for Maggie Schmidt. Good with the right hand. Nice move. Maggie Schmidt has had a rough game. Only 6 points, averaging close to 19 per game for the season. But a big shot there brings the Tigers back to single digits on the deficit. Jordan over to Aylward. Caitlin Aylward passes back to Leah Sims. Jordan for 3, comes up short, but Acosta pulls in another offensive rebound. She got 5 rebounds in the game. I'd say at least 4 of them. I'd have to check, but I think at least 4 have been offensive. Foul called offensively away from the ball. Third foul on St. Francis. That one goes against Kamari Jordan. It's her 2nd. Leah Sims heads out, and Ivana Markovic is back in there. Christian over to Learned. Here's a drive from Kayla Ross. Ross back to the basket, passes out to Olivia Schmidt. Schmidt throws it away, intercepted by Kamari Jordan. Jordan taking her time. Caitlin Aylward bounces once and passes back to Kamari Jordan. Jordan fires the 3, a little bit short. Rebounded by Maggie Schmidt. Here comes Kayla Ross. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt drives, throws it off the glass and misses. One and done for the Tigers. And a timeout called by St. Francis. 4:02 to play. 4th quarter, full timeout. St. Francis leads Olivet 67-58. Olivet barely halfway to their season point total. They average 101 points per game. Stuck on 58 late in this one. Again, playing without a lot of their players, and as a result, they haven't been able to play their style of basketball. They've got most of the talent available. 4 of their top 5 scorers are in the game today. But as I talked about in the first half, they're just not able to play their type of basketball with only 10 players. They like to make frequent substitutions, subbing them out 5 for 5, and doing it every minute or two, and they just haven't been able to do that today. They've gotten a lot of players a lot of playing time today, but they haven't been able to do it the way they like to. This year's Olivet Nazarene team ranked 13th in the country. You never know exactly what you're going to get from them. From season to season, you know how they're going to play. You never know exactly how successful it's going to be. It's been very successful this year, and that's been the norm lately ever since Lauren Stamatis took over. This is her 6th season. She inherited this style of play, but she was an assistant prior to that, and she just stuck with it. Saints have former Olivet Nazarene Tiger Abby Hangesbach on the bench as an assistant coach. She's one of the best ever to do it for the Tigers, an All-American a couple of years ago. So she's got a keen insight into the way that Olivet plays, and so far today, it's helped St. Francis pretty much shut down this Tigers attack. Deflected out of bounds by Olivet. Still St. Francis basketball. 16 to shoot, 3:51 in the game. Markovic lobs it in for Aylward. Paige Gieske. 5 on the shot clock. It's Markovic. Ivana Markovic drives, pulls up, shovels underneath to Aylward, who gets it off just in time but misses. And it's rebounded by Kayla Ross, or is it? Knocked out of the hands of Ross by Acosta, and a foul called on Acosta. Looked like Kayla Ross had the rebound. Acosta came in out of nowhere and knocked the ball out of her hands. But then as Jess Learned brought that ball in, Acosta dove at the ball, but got Learned. And Acosta's called for her 4th foul. Acosta's been out there the entire 4th quarter playing in place of Nicole Davidson. And playing well, but she's got 4 fouls now. Learned backs it up. Drives with the left hand, jump stop in the paint, turnaround jumper. Learned is fouled by Paige Gieske. That will send her to the line, and the Saints now over the limit in fouls. Two shots for Learned. She misses on the first. Big break for St. Francis there. Jess Learned, a good foul shooter, 74%. Second shot is good. Been a very low-scoring second half. Saints have outscored the Tigers 22-21 since intermission. There's a foul on Olivia Schmidt, hacking Ivana Markovic on the arm as she raced by. Second foul on Schmidt. It's only the second on the team. New 30 seconds on the shot clock. It's Aylward passing out to Gieske. Gieske trying to get it back to Aylward. The pass was deflected by Maggie Schmidt, taken away. This is Olivia Schmidt. Over to Kayla Ross, and now Learned for 3. Good. Jess Learned pulls the Tigers within 5. This is Kamari Jordan beating the press and slowing it down. Final 3 minutes of the game. Saints are up by just 5 points. Their lead has not shrunk below 5 since the first 3 minutes of action. Paige Gieske going to the hoop. Well contested. She can't finish. Here's Kayla Ross the other way. Olivia Schmidt for 3. It's good. Olivia Schmidt hits her 4th three-pointer of the game. She's 4 for 6 from the outside. 14 points. And suddenly St. Francis leads just 67-65. 67-65 is as close as the score has been since it was 5-3 back in the first quarter. St. Francis has gone cold offensively. Again, just 22 points since halftime, and you just can't do that against a team like Olivet because they are going to get a lot of opportunities for themselves. This is a hard team to keep down. Olivet Nazarene will fight and fight. They work quickly. They take a lot of three-pointers. In fact, they've taken 28 of them in this game, and that's well below their season average. They've hit 12. 12 of 28 on threes. They're 10 of 21 on two-pointers. Saints can't worry right now about the defense. They've got the ball, and they need to start putting some points on the board. It's been a while since they've scored. Mari Jordan lobs it inside for Acosta. Andriana Acosta throws it up and misses. Good pass from Jordan, but Acosta couldn't finish it off. Olivet could tie or take the lead on this possession. We have not been tied since 3-3. Olivet has not led, but they're going to get a chance from the free throw line right now as Caitlin Aylward is called for her 4th foul on a push. They won't get a chance to take the lead on this possession, but they can tie the score. Jess Learned at 1 of 2 a moment ago, right back at the line. First one is good, 67-66. Second shot is good. We're tied. First tie since 3-3. It is 67-all with 2 minutes to play. Here's Kamari Jordan. Jordan backs it outside. Now starts to drive along the baseline. Jordan takes it to the hoop and throws it off the backboard and in. Good drive by Kamari Jordan when the Saints desperately needed a bucket. They turn to their senior, and she got it for him. 2-point lead with 92 seconds left. Here's a drive from Kayla Ross. She backs it out and gives it up to Olivia Schmidt. Schmidt outside. Capriana Christian into stripped. Taken away by Kamari Jordan. Jordan will slow it down once again. Saints in good position here, up by 2 with the ball, and they'll eat up as much of this 30 seconds as they can. Markovic holds and passes off to Aylward. Caitlin Aylward dribbles in, now passes out to Gieske. Gieske passes up on the open look and gives it to Jordan instead. 6 to shoot. Kamari Jordan on Jess Learned, out to Markovic for 3. Off the mark, that would have been huge, but a rebound goes to Kayla Ross. Final minute of play, Olivet down by 2. Ross gets inside. Kayla Ross throws it up, good. We're tied at 69. 40 seconds to play, 12-second difference between the shot and game clock, so the Saints can't hold on for the final shot here. Kamari Jordan passes over to Caitlin Aylward, right back to Jordan. Saints led by as many as 17 points in this game. Now hanging on for dear life. Kamari Jordan, we've got a foul called on Olivet as Jess Learned ran through the Ivana Markovic screen. That's only the 3rd foul on Olivet, so it doesn't send the Saints to the line, but what it does do is reset the shot clock, meaning it's off now. 21.8 seconds to play in the game, and if Steve Brooks has his way, Olivet will not get another attempt. So the Saints can hold on and take one final shot and hopefully avoid overtime. Incredible that we're even talking about overtime in a game that Olivet Nazarene has never at any point held a lead. St. Francis has been up by as many as 17. They were up by double digits here in the 4th quarter. But Olivet has outscored St. Francis 18-9 in the quarter. Prior to a Kamari Jordan layup a few moments ago that made the score 69-67. St. Francis went through quite a drought. They hadn't scored since there were 7 minutes and 17 seconds left. A 3-pointer from Caitlin Aylward made it 67-53, a 14-0 run from Olivet Nazarene tied the game before the Saints finally snapped that 5.5-minute scoring drought with the Kamari Jordan drive. Now do they have one more bucket in them? 21.8 seconds to go. Markovic into Jordan. Jordan's got 13 points and 11 assists in the game. Being guarded on the outside by Kayla Ross. The clock is down under 10 seconds now. It's at 8. Kamari Jordan taking her time. It's at 6. Still not making her move. Now at 4 seconds. Jordan, step back, long jumper, way off. And that will go out of bounds with .1 on the clock. So we're headed to overtime. Not a good possession from Kamari Jordan. Never made a move. And then finally, with about 3 seconds left, just took an awkward off-balance shot. So regulation is complete. We're headed to overtime, 69-69. I'll be back in a moment with an extra 5 minutes of basketball in front of us. Olivet Nazarene's 14-0 run late in the fourth quarter turned a big St. Francis lead into a tie game. Here we are, headed to overtime. Evened up at 69 points. Leaders to regulation, Caitlin Hayward has got 24 points and 13 rebounds, but she's also got 4 fouls, something to watch out for here. Jess Learned's got 24 to pace Olivet. Kayla Ross working on an outside opportunity for a triple-double. She's got 14 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Kamari Jordan, 13 points, 11 assists for St. Francis today. Been an interesting game. Saints have controlled most of it, but they fell apart in the fourth quarter offensively and put themselves in a position where they had to make a basket late to avoid overtime. They couldn't make that basket. Here we are. So Olivet apparently will surpass their total of 73 points that they scored in a loss to Trinity Christian this past weekend. The tip is won by the Tigers. But through regulation, they've been held to a season low 69. Their season low currently 73. Nice defense today by St. Francis as Kayla Ross drives to the hoop, misses on the runner. Rebounded by Caitlin Aylward. 14 rebounds in the game for Aylward to go along with her 24 points. Here's Jordan. Kamari Jordan dribbles inside the arc and now passes out to Paige Gieske. Bounced right back to Kamari. Nice move, getting to the hoop. Tries to bank it in, but can't. It's rebounded by Maggie Schmidt. Schmidt throws it off to Kayla Ross, and here come the Tigers. Ross to Learned. Learned makes a nice move to get around Gieske to the hoop. Misses the wide open layup. Great move to get to the basket, an uncontested layup, and she missed it by a lot. Way too strong off the backboard. A surprising miss from Jess Learned, star junior out of Washington, Illinois. We're a minute into overtime, no points on the board yet. Gieske thought about the three, she drives instead. Gieske to the hoop, throws it up, no, and an offensive foul is called. Paige Gieske out of control on the drive. She's called for her third foul. And we're going the other way. The Saints have come up empty on each of their first 3 possessions of overtime. They have scored just 2 points in the last 10 minutes of game action. Make that the last 9.5 minutes, close to 10. Learned, high post, guarded by Gieske, backing down. Learned turns around, throws up the shot, off the glass and in. And for the first time today, Olivet Nazarene has the lead. 71-69, and it comes with 3.5 minutes to play in overtime. Kamari Jordan over to Caitlin Aylward. Back to Jordan. Right side Gieske. Markovic back to Jordan. Inside Aylward. Gieske with 5 to shoot. To Markovic. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gieske has to try the 3. It's an air ball, and that's a shot clock violation. Saints just can't get anything going right now on offense. They look worn out. Olivet will do that to you. They run at such a fast pace. And it's been a long time since St. Francis has made a substitution. These players have been on the floor for a long while. Maggie Schmidt backing in on Aylward, lays it in. And suddenly Olivet leads by 4. Going back to regulation, their run is 20-2. Jordan gives it up to Aylward. Back to Jordan. Jordan drives the baseline, spins inside, floats it up, no. Acosta comes down with a rebound, but she's called for a loose ball foul, and that's her 5th. Adriana Acosta is done for the day, and Olivet is getting 2 free throws on the other end. Timeout called by St. Francis. .224 to play in overtime. Olivet holds a 73-69 lead, and suddenly Things don't look good for St. Francis at all. They've scored just 2 points in the last 10 minutes of game time, going back to 7:17 remaining in the fourth quarter when they led 67-53. Since then, Olivet is on a 20-2 run. They're going back to the free throw line right now. And talked about maybe the team just running out of gas a little bit. Kamari Jordan's played 42 minutes. Ivana Markovic's played 40. Caitlin Aylward, 43 minutes. Paige Gieske, 34. And these are the players that have been on the floor. Adriana Acosta's played 25 minutes, but she's been on the floor since late in the third quarter without coming out. She's done for the game now. She just picked up her 5th foul. Steve Brooks will go back to Nicole Davidson, who was playing well before he sat her on the bench. She had 11.6 rebounds, 4 of 5 shooting. But she has been sitting for the last 15 minutes or so. So she may be a little bit rusty, while everybody else might be a little bit tired, but hopefully they've got enough life in them to put up another 2.5 minutes worth of fight. First things first, Olivia Schmidt's going to get a pair of free throws. Schmidt 10 of 12 from the line this year, including 2 earlier today. She misses on the first. It's a good start for the Saints. She missed them both. A good free throw shooter misses them both. And Nicole Davidson comes down with her 7th rebound of the game. Ivana Markovic working on the outside, picks up her dribble and passes it off to Gieske. Saints need a bucket on this possession. Markovic tries the 3. Too strong. Rebound out to Kamari Jordan. Jordan gets to the lane and she draws the foul. Capriana Christian called for the infraction there. Jordan's going to the line. Well, first trick was getting there. We'll see if Jordan can make them now that she is. Huge free throw attempts coming up for a very good free throw shooter. Kamari Jordan shooting them this season at 84%. First shot good. It's a 1-possession game once again, 73-70. First point of overtime for St. Francis. She makes them both. It's a 2-point game, and now Markovic putting on a full court press. Christian gives it to Learned. And Learned walks uncontested across the timeline. Saints got the basket they needed. Now they need a stop. Kayla Ross bounces it to Learned. Learned using her body to force Gieske away from her. Turn around, tries to bank it in. No good. Rebounded by Aylward. Saints can tie or take the lead here. Aylward to Markovic. Into the corner, Gieske. Gieske pulls it back out. Aylward close to the hoop. Spins down low, and that's a travel. Lost her footing. Well defended by Maggie Schmidt. Schmidt just took a step back at the last second. Aylward was anticipating the body being there. And when it wasn't, she stumbled a little bit and shuffled her feet. Minute 23 to play in overtime. Here comes Kayla Ross, nearly lost it. Good ball work by Ross to hold on to it. Foul called on Nicole Davidson away from the ball, trying to fight through a screen. Olivet's going back to the free throw line, and this time it'll be Jess Learned. Second foul on Davidson. And 2 big free throws coming up for Learned with a minute 11 to play. Learned today, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. She's got 26 points in the game. And she has been the key to getting Olivet back in this game. She hits on the first free throw. One more would make it a 2-score game. She's got them both at 75-71. Timeout called by St. Francis with 71 seconds to play in the game. If Olivet can hold on and win this thing, it would clinch them the number 2 spot in the CCAC this year. It would also clinch the number 3 spot for St. Francis, who came into today 3 games ahead of 4th place Judson with 2 games to go. These two teams know that they will be the 2 and 3 seeds in the conference tournament beginning next week. They do not yet know which team will be 2 and which team will be 3. Winner of this game, if it's Olivet, will definitely be 2, and if it's St. Francis, will probably be. Fighting Saints and Tigers have a very good chance to meet again next Thursday night. Both teams would have to get through their first round matchup in the conference tournament on Tuesday. But there's a strong possibility that these two will see each other once more this year. Saints thought they were on their way to evening up the season series with Olivet. They had a 14-point lead with 7 minutes left, but couldn't hang on. And now they're trying to fight their way back in overtime. Ivana Markovic drives and kicks to Aylward. Caitlin Aylward tries the 3. It's good! Caitlin Aylward has been on fire from the outside today. She's got 27 points, and the Saints trail by just 1 with under a minute to play. Here's Kayla Ross. She's very much in danger of getting the 10-second violation. With about a half second to spare, she just did get across the timeline. Ross guarded by Markovic. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kayla Ross outside the perimeter, starts to drive. Ross gets into the paint. Turnaround, blocked by Markovic and picked up by Aylward. 25 seconds left. Saints down by just 1. Here comes Kamari Jordan. Jordan slows it down, 18 seconds. Bounce to Aylward at the foul line. Aylward tries the jumper. Does not get the roll. It's rebounded by Capriana Christian, and now the Saints need to foul. With 11 seconds to go, they put Christian on the free throw line. Not a bad looking shot right there from Caitlin Aylward. It was a pretty good look. But Aylward, who has scored 27 points in the game on 10 of 20 from the field, just couldn't hit that one. What a game it's been for Aylward. 27 points, 16 rebounds, but not able to give her team the lead there. Capriana Christian makes the first free throw. 2-point game. Even if she makes this, it'll be a 1-score contest. Christian 3 of 4. So now the best that the Saints can hope is for double overtime, unless somebody is fouled shooting a 3-pointer, but hard to imagine that happening at this stage of the game. You think Olivet will be a little bit more disciplined than that defensively. St. Francis calls a timeout. Their best 3-point shooter, of course, is Kamari Jordan. Jordan is 44% shooter from outside on the season. Today, though, just 3 of 10. Caitlin Aylward's had the best day from outside. She's 4 of 6, but only a 27% shooter for the year. You would think that Steve Brooks is probably drawing up a play to get the ball in the hands of Jordan here. Paige Gieske doesn't take many of them. Only 25 attempts on the season, but she's a 36% shooter. Well, we'll see how it works out here. Paige Gieske is the inbounder. Can't find anybody, and now finally gets it into Markovic. Into the corner, Jordan has the 3-point attempt from the corner. No good. Aylward gets the rebound, trying to draw a foul going up. She does, but with a 3-point deficit, I'm not sure why Caitlin Aylward threw up a 2-point shot. The only thing she could have hoped for there was to make the shot and draw the foul. Well, that's a situation where you've got to get it back outside. Aylward's got 2 free throws, but even if she makes them both, it's a 1-point deficit with 4 seconds to go. And she misses the first. Now we'll see if she intentionally misses the second in order to get the rebound. Timeout called by St. Francis. There have been some head scratchers late in the game. It was a tied score at 69 with 21 seconds left. St. Francis had the ball and they didn't even run a play. Kamari Jordan just grabbed it on her own and threw up a wild shot. never making an attempt to get inside. And now here at the end of overtime, needing a 3 to tie with just 4 seconds left, Caitlin Aylward throws up a 2-pointer. She did draw the foul but missed the first free throw, and for as great a game as Aylward has had, she has really struggled from the foul line. She is 3 of 7. And obviously in an overtime game, that was her first overtime attempt. But of those first 3 of 6, any one of those had gone in, we're looking at a completely different game here. Well, if Aylward makes this shot, Saints would have to go for a quick steal. She may intentionally miss it to try to get the rebound. We'll see what the plan is. She's going to try to make it, and she does make it. It's a 2-point game now. And we've got another timeout. 77-75. Full timeout called by Olivet Nazarene. 4.6 on the clock, so the Saints will go for the quick steal. If they can't steal the inbounds play, they'll have to foul immediately. Well, I guess first things first. They'll try to force a 5-second violation. Crazier things have happened against Roosevelt University back on November 15th. St. Francis trailed by 2 with only 2 seconds left in the game. Roosevelt was inbounding from this same spot on the floor, threw the ball away out of bounds without any time expiring from the clock. So the Saints got it back and were able to work an inbounds play for Kamari Jordan, who hit a 3. So again, crazier things have happened this season. And by crazier, I mean 2 seconds left instead of 4 seconds left, but otherwise an identical situation. Again, first order of business, trying to force a 5-second violation. You can't do that, you try to steal the inbounds play. And if you can't do that, then you have to foul immediately and hope for at least one missed free throw. And they're inbounding from the sideline because of the timeout. All of that called timeouts. They move the ball up to half court for the inbounds play here. See if the Saints can pull a trick out of their bag here and come up with the takeaway. Maggie Schmidt inbounding with Cody Brand guarding the ball. Schmidt having trouble getting it in. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Olivet. St. Francis basketball, 3.7 on the clock. They forced the turnover, and now they've got one more opportunity to try to get this victory. Leah Sims in as a shooter. The defender, Cody Brand, heads out. Markovic to inbound. And this ball's going into Kamari Jordan. Jordan's got to work quickly across half court. Jordan gets inside, throws it up, and it's too late. Thought she had more time than she did. Wasn't particularly close to getting that shot off in time. Didn't go regardless. But Olivet Nazarene overcomes a 17-point deficit, a 14-point fourth quarter deficit, and comes away with the overtime victory, 77-75. It was a very exciting game today. Saints went through an offensive lull in the fourth quarter, and that's what cost them more than anything. And they will finish third in the conference this year, meaning if they do get that rematch against Olivet next Thursday, and you know they want it, it would be in Bourbonnais rather than here in Joliet. Let's take a look at some of the final totals from today's game. Caitlin Aylward led the Saints with 28 points and 17 rebounds. Kamari Jordan also had a double-double, 15 points and 11 assists. Nicole Davidson, 11 points, 7 rebounds for St. Francis. For Olivet Nazarene, Jess Learned led the way, 28 points, 8 rebounds. Maggie Schmidt had just 8 points, well off her season average of 19, but she grabbed 10 boards. Olivia Schmidt came off the bench for 14 points, 4 of 6 on 3-pointers. Kayla Ross, 14 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. Olivet shot 45% for the game. St. Francis shot 40%. Their shooting really faltered after halftime. They were shooting 61% at the half, but they went just 9 of 39 the rest of the way. Their offense just wasn't there in the latter stages of this game. 9 of 28 shooting 3-pointers, and they struggled from the line as well, just 10 of 16 on free throws. in this one. They out-rebounded Olivet 43-34, and they committed only 12 turnovers. Pretty good against a team that forces an average of 31 per contest. Olivet turned the ball over 15 times, but that was fine for them in a 2-point win. With the win, number 13 Olivet improves to 28-8 overall, 16-3 in conference. St. Francis falls to 19-8. Their 7-game winning streak goes away. They are 15-4 in conference. 1 game still to play before the conference tournament begins next Tuesday. St. Francis will host St. Ambrose at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and we'll have the broadcast for you right here through the St. Francis YouTube channel. You can find it on GoFightingSaints.com. Our final score today, Olivet Nazarene 77, University of St. Francis 75. Stick around because we've got men's basketball coming up next. St. Francis against Olivet Nazarene, a big one for the Fighting Saints men's team. They need a win to try to get them into the conference tournament. But that's going to do it for this broadcast of St. Francis women's basketball. Next game for them Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock at home against St. Ambrose. Until then, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Talk to you soon.